Hey guys, it's Sean Zine, the Connection Machine, host of the Network Marketing Insider, where we bring on network marketers, affiliate marketers, multi-level marketers who share their story, talk about trials and tribulations, strategies that worked, didn't work, mindset, personal development, self-development, you name it. We're here to provide some value to you. Couple housekeeping. If you're watching us on the website or the YouTube channel, drop a like, comment where you're watching from, share, and don't forget to subscribe. If you're listening to any of the audio, as far as Apple, Spotify, Amazon, give us a review at the end. And don't forget, on either medium, go to the description and have a connection call with my guest. Without further ado, I bring on my next guest, Ronald Richardson. What's up, man? How are you?
Hey, Sean, great to be here. Thanks for having me on the show today. I'm doing well. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, man. I like providing value and I like meeting new people. And we had a connection the other day from another connection. Colleen and Victor got us connected and we started chatting. And I'm always looking to find out if the person I'm talking to will give provide some value. And
Absolutely.
I said, hell yeah, you can. So I'm like, let's put this together. And
All
I
right.
always ask my guests, I always ask them, who are they? And why did you get into network marketing? I always kind of share. If you went to an event, how would you introduce yourself?
If I went to an event, I would introduce myself as Ronald Richardson, founder of Business Collaboration Network. And I've been in many multi-level network marketing businesses. Yeah. Um, One of the main thing that really drew me to that world is just, having the opportunity to be in control of your destiny. You know, so many times, we go to work and, you know, you're set at what you're going to make for the next, till you retire. You know what I mean? And what really attracted me is just the idea that you're going to earn as hard as you work. You know what I mean? It's up to you, how much you work and, how much you earn. And you really have to have tough skin. You have to have tough skin. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. And what a great, items that we can talk about, man. As far as controlling your destiny, I like that. I like trading your time for money is like the traditional work when you
Yeah.
go somewhere for the
Yes.
9 to 5. And that takes a toll on people. When you have the ability to work from home, work and control your time and control your destiny, what are some tips that we can share to make people more motivated, allow them to have some kind of system that can you share what your daily practice is when you get up? Is there anything that you do in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening to kind of streamline your business?
Well, fortunately, I have worked with a good group of people right now with what I'm doing. Um, Having a great mentor is, you know, a great, start. And then the next thing to remember is that it's truly and honestly a numbers game. It's a shame, like the stigma that is put around network marketing. They call it all kind of dirty names,
Yeah.
pyramids and stuff like that. But I always try to tell people, like, that's funny because when you're at a job, it's the worst pyramid. It's a pyramid that you're stuck. Like you're only going to make so much, and you're still at the bottom of the pyramid where you're doing all the work. And then the great CEO, at least, in network marketing, you have the opportunity to, earn what you feel like you're worth. You know what I mean? If I used to work multiple jobs. I raised my family and I always worked multiple jobs and tried to do like the network marketing on the side, So my kids are all grown. My youngest is in college now. So it really gives me the opportunity to really focus and really go on to it. And really the best thing that I can say about it is the best thing that happened to me is just having a good team around me. Just to always have my support. I don't know everything. I still don't know everything. And I've been around. But having good people around me, like you said, Colleen and other people like that, Victor, it really helps a lot. Helps a lot.
Now, when you first got started in this space, did you have massive success?
Not at all. Not at all. You have to learn to talk to people. You have to learn to sell. One of the main things they'll teach you, and this is so true, it's like it's so hard, but people buy from people they like. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't really matter what the
Yes.
product is. If they don't like you, they're not going to buy from you. You know what I mean? And that's something that that you're going to learn early, and that's it's funny. Like I'm still learning, learning a lot, but that was some of the early things I learned, Sean. Like, you have to be likable, you have to be quick on your feet, and and that's some of the. It wasn't easy at the beginning. It really wasn't, and it's starting to get a little better now. Starting to catch some momentum, and meeting good people like you and Colleen are really helping a lot.
No, I'm glad you're being transparent with us. And a lot of people like to say, "Oh yeah, it's fine," but they're not even. You talk to salespeople, any salesperson you talk to, how's everything
Mm.
going? Man, I'm kicking ass. I'm doing great. Things are going so smooth. Meanwhile, they got nothing going on in the pipeline, nothing
Right,
in the near future, no
right,
closing. But they're putting this perception out there to hope they're going to start doing things. They hope they're going to make that money. And
yeah,
that's where a lot of people go wrong too early on. They hope. They don't have,
yeah,
like Ronald was saying, learning to talk, communicate,
hmm,
sell, and not even selling. I think we share. We like to
yeah,
share what's working. And if it's working for us, it could work for someone else if they know, like, and trust you, like Ronald was saying. It's important to build that. But a lot of people have that fixation. Oh, it's a pyramid scheme. But hey, you want to work 40 years to get 40% of your salary
yeah,
and not have anything to show for it.
right,
This, you can multiply it by
yeah.
having the right people.
Exactly. Yeah, like the wonderful word that I've learned is residual. Residual income. You're not getting that at your job, at a job. Not most jobs. You're not getting that at most jobs. So that residual income that you can make in most network marketing businesses is priceless. It's priceless, so that's another attraction to network marketing is that residual income. And if you have a good product, like that's the other thing. Like me, um, at the beginning, I don't want to drop names of things. You really did have to kind of sell. But me learning over time and stuff is now about finding products that people need. You know what I mean? And finding things that can help people in their everyday things. And that's really what I look for now. Like to sit here and honestly say that I'm a great salesman. I'm not a great salesman, but I do want to help people. And I don't know, Save Club, if I'm allowed to say that, I feel
Sure.
like it is. Yeah, like I really do have the opportunity to help people save money, help. I'm really focusing on nonprofits now, and just like giving them, fundraising opportunities. And like honestly, I don't have to focus on the network marketing side. I feel like I'm helping people. You know what I mean? So that is a big thing that is really helping me catch some momentum, and really grow the business now is because, you know, it's not as much as I like the idea of making the money. Um, I get to help people. Oh,
Hey, guys, we are doing things. We're at home, right? We have things. We always work it out. That's
yeah,
fine. We have some noise in the background. Sometimes my kids show up. We have
yeah,
people working on floors. It's okay, man. This is being real.
yeah, yeah. Yep. Somebody's working on my steps now. So yeah, I couldn't help it. So, but I'm here with Sean. I'm here with you.
Now, I like that angle, or not even angle, the niche that Ronald's talking about, having the nonprofits. Can you talk about how did you get and find that niche to kind of go down that path?
So I mean, my mother was a social worker. And, she also was heavy in the church. And my mother was also the mother that took in our friends when they had problems and things. So like kind of like helping people and wanting to make a difference has always been something that we were taught, And I think I told you earlier, like I raised my family already, and I've been in healthcare, part of my life and things like that too. But I always wanted to do more, And actually, a friend of mine Really, I kind of came up with the idea. I had business collaboration network, but she was like, Ron, I always wanted to start a nonprofit, and she said someone told me that instead of starting a nonprofit, why don't you help nonprofits that are already out there? And then it just snowballed from there from that idea to just really focusing on them and the things that they're doing. And I try to look for nonprofits that are actually trying to help in their communities, and Business Collaboration Network is not only helping them with fundraisers and things like that, but my group is also about connecting them with businesses, in their certain communities to kind of make a stronger community. And Save Club just helps bring it all together. It just all works out, that way. So that's the nonprofits. Yeah, like I get really, it's just that I was raised to have that kind of um, identity to help people, and nonprofits. That's what they are supposed to do, and that's what I try to find those that are doing that. Yeah.
And keep this in mind, guys. You find one nonprofit, that's one person you have to talk to, and they might have 10, 50, 100, thousands in their network. That you get this one person signed up, you can get their network to join your business.
Yeah.
That is powerful. That's leverage. And people don't realize how powerful that is.
Absolutely.
Everyone's looking for that one person, the one-off.
Yeah.
But if you get that one that has a network, you are going to explode.
And that's kind of the strategy is like, bring the nonprofits in. And, nonprofits, a lot of times they have to go and ask for donations and ask for things. Now, if you can give them Save Club, help them save, help their employees save, and let them know that you're helping us as a nonprofit by, putting your card in, and saving on your own stuff. So it's like a win-win for everybody, to helping the nonprofits and helping the businesses and the business owners, because retention is something, a lot of times jobs will just have you work and never give you nothing. It's a free app that they have that can help you save on a lot of the local things, you know what I mean? A lot of local businesses around the area. And if the businesses want to be in the Save Club, the nonprofits can help them do that too. More marketing for them, you know what I mean? Just come in, so it's a win-win for everybody in that. Help me grow BCN, because I want to have businesses and networks and businesses and nonprofits in there. And also, I use Save Club, my network marketing, help me with that. But it also helps, nonprofits create a sustainable fundraising opportunity.
Now, how are you, Ronald, marketing you as far as your development of your business? Are you using belly to belly? Are you going on social media? Are you doing video? Can you collaborate or talk about that?
Yeah. Save. I am on. My main one is social media. Is my main thing. I use LinkedIn a lot. Trying to find CEOs and nonprofits and things like that. Talking and communicating with CEOs. Creating content. Speaking about the different things that I like to do in BCN with Save Club and just the networking things I do. And then I have some other smaller like traffic. What do you call those? Like traffic social media sites that I like to use too, like Lead Sleep. I don't know if you've heard of those kind of things. Hercules and things like that. I put little ads out for people looking for opportunities, more so on that side. But social media is a big thing. And primarily that's it, or like just word of mouth, trying to do things like this. I try to get some networking done. I'm working on an event in Baltimore, but Baltimore will be our first chapter in BCN. So I'm working on growing my chapter of BCN over here in Baltimore. And I have a networking event that I'm working on for first quarter, February or March. Still trying to nail out those details. But like BCN is very young, so we're still also working on our website and things. But I am, out there now promoting us and really trying to get some attention over here, because I believe in helping the country by one community at a time. You know what I mean? Like if I can, like let's work together. Nonprofits and businesses can work together and really make a force. So That's how primarily social media. I get to express a lot of the things that I can do over there with that in there. And that's where everybody is, you know, Sean, I'm sure you notice, like, just being in the affiliate marketing, I'm sorry, well, I've done that too, but in the network marketing world, your warm market, they kind of get tired of you after a while. So
Yes.
you have to, you have to go where the people are, and the social media and internet, that's where they are nowadays. So like you said, working from home, that's what we do here, Yeah.
This is the power of this podcast. You talked about the warm market. You're hitting kind of a ceiling. But the thing is, now my friends get to know who you are, and
Right.
your friends get to know who I am. Now we
Absolutely.
always share, and that's how we're like kind of more merging our ecosystems, allowing us to build business together. And people are like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, that's a good idea. And I'm like,
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm here to help. I'm not here to hurt.
Right.
And we could do things together. We can multiply our actions. And I like what you were saying as far as connecting with CEOs on LinkedIn. Can you talk about, because some people don't realize and use LinkedIn that often. What are some tips that we can share that you do in LinkedIn to kind of set up these conversations that you're having?
Um, Try to comment on their posts, like send connection invites, try to connect with them, optimize your page, your page, and just try to put content that is valuable. Like you said, like try to give value, uh, and try to show them, like, a lot of times, whether they know it or not, they'll show you their soft points in their content when they are the ones that post and things like that. And you can just try to draw a collaboration that you might have with something that you have. And I think the best way is to start with commenting on their post, trying to let them see that you're paying attention. And then if you can get in the DMs, sometimes I don't get answers when I go into the DMs. Sometimes you do, but I consider myself a CEO and a founder. You know what I mean? I'm on that level. Like, I can really help make change. I can really, help, connect and do some collaborating. And meeting you is another plus where that world. So it's like, yeah, LinkedIn is LinkedIn is the best place if you are focusing on like business types. All the social medias have
Their thing.
their
Yeah.
thing. So yeah, LinkedIn. If you're looking at for businesses or even nonprofit CEOs, I think LinkedIn is a great place. They're on the other one. Some of them are on the other ones, Facebook and Instagram, and I'm on all of those platforms as well. But I think we spend more of our time on LinkedIn over here at BCN right now. Yeah.
Let's really dive more into BCN and like the mission, your reason why, and who you partnered with. Let's find out and kind of help give a crystal clear for those that are watching to know exactly what you're looking for. So maybe if you're in the area of Baltimore, they can actually come to a live event. If not, get involved with the business online as well.
Right. Well, Baltimore. So BCN, like I said, the main goal of BCN is to connect business owners and nonprofits in the communities, and we just starting in Baltimore. So once I get a chapter up in Baltimore, my plan is to really put a president over here. You know what I mean, and um, put another website for Baltimore that connects to my main website, because there's four things that we do in BCN. We do a spotlight member. They get a whole week to talk about their businesses, talk about their nonprofits, and we will do a whole week on that. And we'll put them on all our platforms, including our website. Then we do the spotlight interview, which is like me actually sitting down with the CEOs or founders of certain businesses and doing what we're doing right now, giving them a little bit more exposure. We put it on all our platforms. We have it starting January 2020, starting January 2026. We are going to do a networking event once a month. So we want to get business owners and nonprofits together, to see, what kind of collaborating we can do in that realm. And then also we're working on BCN Nexus. BCN Nexus is going to be for us actually finding certain businesses and nonprofits or nonprofits and nonprofits or businesses and businesses that can connect and actually make informal introductions. And the idea is just strengthening communities first. We've been going through a lot over here, and I think that the need to be able to depend on each other as opposed to like looking for the government to do everything and looking for this and that. I think it starts, back to the old ways where, neighbor, neighbor, and business owners, business owners, a little bartering. Sometimes nonprofits go help businesses do marketing. Sometimes they do cleanups, you know what I mean? Businesses do donations all the time. So there's a lot of collaboration and a lot of growth that can come from what BCN is trying to do. Our event is going to be called the Business Health and Growth Summit. I'm sorry, excuse me. No, it's not that anymore. It's the Community Health and Growth Summit. BCN Community Health and Growth Summit 2026. And like I said, it's coming the first quarter of 2026. And then we'll be going to the next. We haven't really decided where the next chapter will be, but once we get Baltimore in place, we'll go to the next place, maybe Jersey. I would love, I'm from Jersey. I lived in Orlando. I lived in Georgia, but probably I'm thinking maybe Jersey might be somewhere in Jersey might be the next chapter. But right now we're kind of focusing on Baltimore.
And I think a lot, you said this early on in this space, in network marketing, in the online business world, there's a lot of people that have this rejection, there's problems with mindset. What are some things that we can leave people with today about personal development, helping them, maybe a book you might have heard, podcast, or what are some things that you can share that works for you and how you've helped and personally developed yourself?
I mean, of course, like you said, there's hundreds of books. There's so many different things, but again, like I mentioned earlier, I think the most important thing is having a good mentor. I have other network marketing platforms that I use besides Save Club as well, also that does community things. But I must say I have great mentors. I'm also a licensed insurance broker. So, and I've been fortunate to have really good mentors. What books, there's, like I said, there's a lot of books out there. YouTube is a great place to help you get information. I love YouTube. I go to YouTube all the for everything, and I'll tell you, AI, like AI now. If you want to go and have a conversation to start you off, because AI is not, it'll start you off. It'll give you some good information on the best techniques to use and the best books to read, or give you some ideas. But I still, Sean, I say mentor. Make sure you get with somebody that wants to teach you. I've been in groups that have gotten me in, and then you don't hear from them again. You don't hear from your mentor. You don't hear from the person. They're so busy, like working on their own. Mm-hmm. They're just trying to find, birds that can fly alone. And like most of us can't fly alone. You know what I mean? So, and it's a numbers game. That's all they're working about, numbers. They want to get 1,000 people in to keep 10, so a mentor, look for good mentors, look for products that are good and going to help people. And that's the best advice that I can tell you about network marketing.
Yeah, mentors, they could be people that are humans. They could be on podcasts. They could be on books. They could be not even alive. You might have picked up some stuff from from back in the day that still apply today. Yeah. And I love how Ronald's saying as far as AI, some value here. Those that are on Chat GPT, for example, get the free one. Who cares? You don't need the only difference between the paid and the free is $20 a month. You don't have the $20, fine, do the free. Only problem is you can hit a limit. And that limit will allow you, all right, you're crushing it, and all of a sudden it'll be like, boom, you got to wait until whatever time it is.
Next day. Yeah.
You got to wait till the next day to kind of get back on. Yeah. But if you actually sign up for the free one and ask it to create your avatar, or ask it to create your niche, it'll ask you questions. Like we're having a conversation right now. It will figure it out. And then every post that you say, I want to create a post, or I want to create a video, or I want to create a blog post, or I want to create an email,
Yeah.
it will have your voice that you already set up through it months ago.
We,
And as
we
long as
call
you
it.
stay with it, it
Mhm.
will keep putting out content for you. That is, and you
Yeah.
still got to tweak it. You still got to read it, guys. Don't just, you have those
Yeah.
little quotations. You got to
Yeah.
get those out. You got to make sure things are clean.
Yes. We
But
call that
otherwise,
training it,
right.
training your chat. Yeah. You have to train it.
That's a
Hmm.
very important thing. And I also want people to do more video. There are platforms out there that are doing video. There's the faceless stuff. There's the stuff that's an avatar of you and it doesn't the AI stuff.
Yeah.
And I've had conversations with people, and I've been listening to Alex Hermosi and a bunch of others. In the future, doing live video is the most important thing. If you're
Right.
using the AI stuff, it's going to hit to a point. People are not going to trust it. But if you
Yeah.
can go live on a Facebook, Instagram, on TikTok, or on YouTube, or what have you, and people can tune in, they know it's you. It's not a
Right.
made up version or someone in a different that created something with keyboard. So
Yeah.
keep that in mind, guys. That's a value there you can use. I hope most of you get into video. And if you don't, I have my community I set up on Skool that's going live on December 15th. It's going to be powerful. It's helping
Yeah.
people connect, create, and it's my academy I'm really throwing and pouring into. So definitely something to take a look at. Any final thoughts, Ronald, that you can share with the audience?
You know, give yourself a chance. We're taught to go to work 8 hours a day, minimal. Nowadays, that's even hard. Like, the cost of things, everything's up. So like, give yourself a chance. Like, take a risk. I know when I got into the insurance world, they even encouraged me to keep my job while I started it. Don't just jump out there. You know what I mean? But take a chance on yourself, like on what you can do. Learn something new. Learn something every day, and don't give up so easily. You know what I mean? Like it's easy. It's hard to work. It's hard to work 40 hours a week and only make a certain amount of money and then go to a part-time job or a full-time job. So if you're going to do that and it's hard, you might as well try this, which is also hard, and just see what you can do. Take a chance. Take a chance.
Great value. Lots of golden nuggets in this episode, man. I want to thank you. I want to remind everyone, go to the description, get Ronald's information, follow him on all socials, take a look at his links, his websites, his BCN, and have a connection call with him because he is a wealth of knowledge and somebody to know. I want to thank again Ronald for being with us. Stick around for a moment. Everyone else, we hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I'm always here to help motivate and inspire, guys.